It's official today. Hermes agent is ranked the #1 agent in the world according to OpenRouter. This was shared by the company that created Hermes, and it really shows the power of this tool. So this discovery, or rather this news, comes because today, thanks to Hermes agent, they have created what is called a management interface. So the interface is called Hermes Workspace. It's the one that actually shows you the agents you've created, and above all, it allows me to create what are called profiles. It's like on a computer where you have multiple user sessions. So I wanted to make a video where I show you how I installed this installation directly into Hermes Workspace in a simple way, as simply as possible, without having to type in lines of code. And we'll just try to understand a little bit about this new interface where I can see the tasks to create, the sessions and the communications between myself and Hermes. This is truly a very easy to use interface. So this one is the reference. So there you go, they just released this update. It's actually only been 5 days since this interface was officially added to Hermes, and we're going to install it directly. We're not going to install Hermes and then add the interface. We'll do it directly with Hermes Workspace. With a simple installation, we'll have access to everything. So in the course, we'll start by understanding the architecture. This is very important, and of course I'll provide you with my course materials, where I'll include all the links and details that I'll be using in this training. You'll find the documentation in the description of this video. You'll also receive it by email, so just open the link and you're good to go. We're going to start working on this intelligence right away. Hermes is the #1 agent in the world. So the first step is to install Hermes on an external VPS. You need to be very careful. Hermes is still a dangerous agent, just like OpenClaw or other agents, even Paperclip. Why? Because these kinds of agents actually have access to your hard drive. And if there's what's called prompt injection, someone could actually retrieve your photos, videos, or even your passwords. That's why we install Hermes on a VPS, like here I'm putting it on Hostinger. So as a result, there are neither my data nor my files on this VPS server. And that's extremely important. Never install Hermes or any AI agent on your own machine. So here I'm choosing the KVM2 plan, which gives me 2 processors with 8 GB of RAM. It's a very good processor, it's powerful. And as for the RAM, 8 GB lets me actually run daily tasks smoothly. So if you're a business or a freelancer, you need to have at least 8 GB of RAM. Also, be careful, you need to be on this specific page. I'll leave the link to this page in the description because there are 2 types of Hermes installations. There's the Hermes Workspace and the classic Hermes agent. The one I'm interested in right now isn't that one, it's the Workspace version. I'll leave you the link. This one will simply give me access to this interface. The other one will give me a classic interface, not the Workspace. So once I'm here, I'll simply click here to deploy. And here, I'm actually going to use a coupon that was posted on Hostinger's blog. So the coupon will give me a discount. And in order to use it, I had to be a first-time customer on Hostinger. So quite simply, here I'm going to log out of my old account because I'm going to use another email address so that for Hostinger, I'm considered a new customer. So that's the trick to make the coupon work. So now I'm going to enter the coupon, which is Go Hermes AI. There you go. Take note of it. With this coupon, when I click on apply, it will automatically give me a 10% discount. Of course, I actually have a 30-day trial period. That's something really interesting about Hostinger. So you can go ahead and do the installation, set up the system and everything. You have 30 days to test it out, which is basically free. And after that, I choose the location of my server. I choose France and I simply click on continue to receive or generate my password and enter my Claude API. So here, I just click on continue. So the first thing to do is to save this password. This is our password that will allow us to access the Hermes Workspace interface later on. So we need to save this password in a secure place. Next, we actually need to provide an API to our system, an LLM API, which acts like the brain. It's thanks to this system that Hermes can think and actually carry out tasks. So you'll see there are actually several LLMs available. There's Mistral, Grok, Google, OpenRouter, and also those from Anthropic and OpenAI. So for me, I use the one from Anthropic. And how do you do it, or how do you get your code? It's simple. You go to Google, type in Cloud Platform, and click on the first link. This link allows you to actually create what are called APIs. So here I click on Create API. For example, I'll just call it Hermes like this. and I click on add, because when I click on add, it will add or generate the key for me. Of course, the key is actually secret, it's important, and you shouldn't share it. You should also store it in a secure place. So here, I'm going to create it, generate it. Then I'll simply place my key right here. There you go. So we place the key, and all we have to do is simply click on next to actually confirm this installation. And there you have it. Hermes is now installed on my server, which is Hostinger. All I have to do, you'll see here that there's actually the option to open and launch the system. We have a small button to open it and a button to go to the terminal. So if I click open, you'll see that it tells me you need to validate the connection. That's completely normal because here our URL isn't HTTPS. So there's no problem, don't worry. You just click here to allow access to this site because it's not a dangerous site, it's your own website. So now Hermes is loading. We're going to increase the size a bit, and now it's asking me for the password. So I enter the password we created together and click continue. Now the system is creating my workspace. Here there's a step to connect the backend. So I confirm it. And now quite simply, we're just going to click continue. Here it's actually giving me the backend URL. Now I press continue here. So here there's an important step to select the model. For us, we're going to choose the Anthropic model. Now there are those who actually have the Pro subscription. They can connect ChatGPT directly with this system, but be careful, it's the Pro package. So it's $120 per month. So if you have the Plus or Business package, it can't connect. So for me, I actually recommend using the API we created with Anthropic, with Claude. There are several other providers that you can simply connect as well. There's this one, Kiki May, which is also very interesting and has proven itself. So for me, I work with Anthropic. Quite simply, I select Anthropic here and then I should enter. Remember, we created the key with Claude. And there you go. So I've entered my code and now I'll simply click on continue. And there you go, my key has been accepted. There's a very important piece of information. Sometimes when you add a key, whether it's from OpenAI, Claude, or another API you've selected, you might actually get this error message. So let me show you, it's this. It's an error message with error 500, as you can see here. So in the documentation, I've actually included a list of commands for you to simply enter in order to disable this error. The error is simple. Basically, Hermes is trying to save your key to the configuration file. And by default, the configuration file doesn't have what's called read-write access. It's only in read-only mode. So, these are a series of simple and straightforward steps. There are 6 specific steps that you can easily follow right now to successfully enable the settings and convert the file into a fully functional read-write file, just like the one we have right here. So there you go. I've included this in the documentation in case you want to run it to solve the blocking issue. That's it. So now, once we've solved that problem, we're directly on test chat. Here it's prompting me to run a test to see if the system works or not. And when I click, it's now waiting for the response. And there you go. It simply tells me that my interface is working perfectly and that Hermes is responding correctly on this interface. I can simply click on continue here. As you can see here, it has activated it on this port 8642. I click on continue and now I simply ask it to open my workspace. So now I'm going to save the link to this workspace in my URL so I can access it at any time. Let me remind you that here actually in your system, from this button, you can launch the terminal. So this is your Hostinger terminal where you can run commands, obviously including the commands listed here to give access to your server. And you also have the option to open your Hermes by clicking on open. So here, when I open it, it goes directly to the workspace. And now I'm on my Hermes Workspace system. Very good. So right now, we're going to take a comprehensive and detailed look at Hermes Workspace in order to gain a thorough understanding of exactly what the most important functions are. And furthermore, I'll walk you through and explain in detail all of the most interesting sections available here. So what you need to know is that when you enter this interface, you can create what are called profiles. It's like on your computer, you can have several sessions, different login sessions. Each session has its own separate login and password. Inside, you have specific programs. That's what profiles are. You can create several profiles to separate, for example, interests, or to separate clients, or even to separate models. This means that on one profile, I can work with Cloud and on others with OpenCloud without having to switch or create another Hermes account. So if I go back to the workflow, this is the profile section, which is the most interesting part. As you can see here, I have a first profile, and this profile works with this model. So here it shows me if there are any skills or competencies that are installed. By the way, I can click here on details to see, for example, even the disk space used by this profile, and to view, for instance, the environment file, and to see, well, the basic information, like here it works with the provider Anthropic. If I want to create other profiles, for example, I click here and then I give a name to that profile. I can actually clone the same configuration from an old profile to modify it, and you'll see that it will actually create a new space on the disk for it. So generally we don't need profiles unless we really want to test several providers or several LLMs in different ways. And each profile can have its own company. And I'll show you how I can create agents or sub-agents within each profile. Then a very important part here is that I can choose the mode. Either I work with what we call operations or with Swarm. So the first part, operations, simply means that I will just create the different agents myself. That means here I will click on operation. You'll see that right here. I already have, let's say, a first, agent in my system. So here, this is an agent, and I can click here to add several agents. It's like having a team with several colleagues. These colleagues basically will work in my company, and each one will be specialized. So here in the operation, you need to know that for it to work and run, I had to come here to Kanban, as you can see here. And here I create tasks. When I create tasks, I can actually assign or allocate agents to handle those tasks. And so the operations part is, let's say, not actually done by autopilot. That means it needs me to give it the command for me to actually define a task, for me to say, for example, to our orchestration chief directly here in the chat, and we talk with Hermes. So the default agent, let's say, the conductor, I can tell it, okay, go execute this task. And either I tell it, I want this specific agent to do it, or I say, listen, no, I simply want you to follow here in the location. Here, when I've added the tasks, I can actually just specify myself which agent will perform the task. So that's the operations part. And when we talk about the operations part, we also need to talk about this second part. This is actually a part where we could say it's like a project team, but it's self-organized. That means we have a team leader who distributes the work to his or her employees and who can even orchestrate what we would call complex projects. That means he has the authority, in fact, he has the ability to simply create these tasks, actually create reviews, that is, check these tasks, make schedules, carry out executions, and validate. So if I come back here, you'll see that here I actually have this section called Swarm. In this section, so here I can simply add the mission. This is what we call a commission. And you'll see that, of course, I have a main agent, but here I'm going to create several agents. And you'll see that, of course, I can click here on Conductor. And here I'll see my different agents. It's like a company, I'll have a little visual interface to see them, even in real time, how they're actually carrying out the tasks. And that's why here at the end, I always have a visual that lets me see the agents as they're being executed. So either I work in a manual way, I create my agents myself. And for those agents, I actually give them the necessary skills and competencies. And then I set up what I need, the project, or quite simply, I can go with the idea of creating what we call a mission. And this mission, of course, will use an artificial intelligence model. Like here, I can use Anthropic's or another one and give it an entire complete project. And then it's up to it to break down the project and find the right people to do it. And well, when I say the right people, I mean the right agents, of course, and it's the one that actually does the planning. So to finish up the interface section, it's very important to know that here in the chat, I can have an exchange with Hermes. It's as if I can also talk to Hermes on Telegram. It's the same thing. But here it's more detailed because thanks to this, I can actually add attachments, and that's very interesting. And of course, this allows me to, play a bit with the model to switch from a classic mode to, for example, a higher mode. And this also gives me some very important information because in the chat, I can change the profile here. So remember, here in the profile section, if I select another profile, it's just like switching sessions, and I can simply work with another profile directly in the chat, and it will automatically open a new session. Another very important piece of information is the job section here, where I can simply create, let's say, a repetitive or scheduled task so that the system can repeat it every 30 minutes, every hour, every 6 hours, every day, or every week. And I can give it the prompt, you see. And thanks to this, actually, it's a system where the system can even deliver the response on Telegram, for example, and can tell me whether it was done or not. I can tell it to repeat endlessly, or I can tell it to repeat, for example, 5 times or 6 times. That's a very interesting aspect, and that's why when you install Hermes on a VPS, it can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I'd also like to show you that today, when you install Hermes by default, you automatically have 82 skills installed. That's very interesting. And these are the basic skills that are important in the system, as I can of course install them myself manually or actually provide the URLs on GitHub for new Hermes skills. This is the model, so it's a complete physical model, as you can clearly see here, which is now fully ready to be operational. And of course we can successfully launch various tests and important missions for the Hermes project. So now Hermes is properly installed. Now I would like you to write in the comments which case study you want me to test with Hermes and make a video about it. So here's an idea, a repetitive task or a task that you currently do manually at work, and you want me to show you how I can automate it 100% with Hermes. So go ahead and leave your comments. Rest assured, I read all the comments from my subscribers. If I find an interesting idea, I promise I will record it in a separate video.